lot of shit to do. I have to scale a few ad accounts, add some budget. I need to create a new campaign. And then I also need to just check up on the actual ad accounts anyway and text some clients. I did some outreach yesterday. I'm going to do some more today. I haven't gotten banned, so that's good. So I'm just going to keep trying to grow and keep posting on TikTok and on here. No one really watches these, but it's not my point. My point isn't to go viral. Just kind of to show that this is my life. This is where I started out. This is kind of, I mean what I say. So yeah, I actually woke up today with severe anxiety, pretty bad, to the point where I just went back to sleep. I'm like, holy shit, I can't get up and do this right now. So woke up, I still had it, but I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna get up. Don't know why, but tomorrow I have to go to school. I'm not really going to school. I'm doing the fucking Mr. Beast method of faking going to school until I make it. So it's actually very, very, pretty stressful, because you're based on a time limit. There's only so much time you really have before they catch on. So yeah, we'll see. I have August, I have September, I have October, November, December, and I have the first few months of the year to really make it happen. So I'm hoping that honestly by that time I can just save 50 fucking grand or something. I'm so delusional, bro. And then just move out, put down 6 to 12 months of rent up front in my new apartment. My regular cheap 10K car here, and drive it over there to the state that my girlfriend resides in. So that's what I have for today. I have this feeling all the time of why not me? I see people see success a little bit earlier. I see people who are making more money earlier, and I always think why not me? But people only say why not me when they see others doing well. No one ever says why not me when someone's having a shit life, right? An example is that I know someone kind of within my group who saw success relatively quick with hitting 10K. And, I think why not me? Why not me? God, why not me? But there was also some other person who I know that got scammed at 2K, and his brands didn't pay him and all that stuff. But I never said why not me to him. I think there's so many ways that you can take your life. Or that's not bad. There are so many ways that you could, be grateful or ungrateful about your life. So you can be ungrateful for the fact that maybe you didn't hit 10K as much or as quick as you wanted to, and you could be grateful for the fact that some other people are dealing with issues that you do not have. So being appreciative for what you have is insanely important. Even now when I pray, I'm always thankful for the opportunities to grow, for the life, for another day, because I have been reading the Bible a little more, and I have been just indulging in my faith, I guess, just learning more about it and stuff. But that's what I have for today. I honestly need to buy a new laptop, bro. I can't afford one though. But this one overheats bad. When I shut it off, it'll still kind of be on, and it'll overheat, and it'll just be hot, bro. You can cook an egg with it. It'll just die randomly. The battery goes out quick. One of the ports don't work. Some of the buttons don't really work. So that sucks. But I also have a new client. It was actually my first client, and I didn't really do well for them. It was kind of a mix of a bunch of bad things. Low budget, very, very high ticket, very niche down. I'm sure we could have gotten a sale, but he wanted to quit before we could. But instead of doing e-commerce for him, because he actually has a shop, I'm going to be doing lead gen for him. So we'll see how that goes. If I can bring him in, a good amount of work every month, then that should be, a healthy standpoint to charge a pretty good retainer for the work that I do and the amount I bring in. So we'll see how that works out. Other than that, I'm also I don't know if I told you guys, but I was clipping for one of the dudes I know for some extra money on the side. I did it at first, and actually this brings me into a point as well. Is that you ever heard of the thing called when when there's a will, there's a way. And I feel like I'm the master at that because like I said, I've been underqualified for jobs and gotten it. I've made job sharing work. I made SMA work. You know, not to the extent that I wanted to, but definitely can't say like I didn't make it work. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So when I actually started my SMA journey, I was back to like $40. And there was this one guy that I knew who learned from one of the top guys in the industry. So I couldn't afford the top guy, you know, industry course. So I'm like, I studied. I'm like, I studied, bro. So I was like, okay, who else can I buy from that's connected with this person? Because I trust what they're saying. I trust the value they give. I trust they do what they do. So if I can find someone that's connected to them, that's pretty much as good as me being connected to the actual top guy in the industry. If I bring him a question he doesn't know, he'll probably ask that dude. You know, is this thing on? Okay, cool. And I found that guy, but I had $40, but I know he was up and coming. He's trying to build up his personal brand. So I'm like, hey, bro, you know, I can clip for you. Is that cool? Whatever. And then he's like, yeah, man, it's awesome. I did my videos. Like, bro, that's sick, you know. And I'm like, all right, but he's like, how much, bro? I'll pay you. And I'm like, just put me in your mentorship course thing, and then we'll call it even. So I did it for 3 months, and after that was over, because I hate clipping, bro. I hate fucking clipping. He was like, after it was over, he told me, bro, I'll pay you. Can you keep clipping? And I'm like, all right. So I have that done. I mean, he's paying me like $5 per 1,000 views, which I think is pretty good. But it's like a temporary job, in my opinion, or temporary position, because I think I want to make this, you know, full time all the time. But it's cool. I also put in some effort. So I make if I get a video with 1 million views, that's 1,000. That's 1,000. Okay, 1 million divided by 1,000 is 1,000. 1,000 times 5 is 5K, and that's like 5K for one video. That's crazy work. So, gonna continue doing that. That's pretty much it, man. My car's still broken. My parents paid for it, but like I pretty much try and take care of it as much as I can. When it comes to like repairs, there are some things that, you know, I was just too young. I didn't have any money to like fix, but they helped me out. But for the most part, I always try and take care of it myself, like towing it to a shop and then having them fix it and buying the parts to replace the brakes and actually installing the brakes and things like that. Growing up, I try to be as independent as I can. Like I always try to buy my own, you know, shampoo and conditioner. I don't really get close to my parents that much. They offer all the time, which is nice, but I don't know. I don't like relying on other people's money. I don't like relying on other people in general. So I just try and purchase it on my own. Toothpaste, toothbrush, like things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see how it goes. There could legitimately be a video 1 month from now where I'm telling you guys how I actually hit that 10K profit month. I don't want to lie about revenue. A lot of people will lie on about how much money they actually made. Bro, I hit 100K in my dropshipping store. It's like 30% profit margin. Just say 30K. Like, I always say 25K in revenue with my dropshipping. And if I haven't, then apologies, but here I am telling you now. I actually don't know about the profit margins. I think I would say it's about half. Because I have some supplier issues overcharging me. I had to change the pricing. So I don't know, but probably about half is, I would say, accurate. So, gonna get to work now. See you guys tomorrow. Keep grinding, guys. If there's someone out there who's struggling 10 times harder than you and who would replace their position with yours in a heartbeat. So don't take it for granted. Be appreciative of the position you're in, because at the end of the day, whatever position you're in was meant to teach you a lesson.